Well, good morning and welcome back, or maybe I should tell you good evening. Some of you may not have slept at all last night with the storms as they rolled through, and for some of us out in the eastern plains, such as Sterling, as you can see, those storms are still going on right now. You can see there are some lightning strikes that we're dealing with still. It seems as if the storms have started to weaken just a little bit, but unfortunately, some folks are still getting quite a bit of rain. The rest of us, it is quiet in the metro area now, but last night it was a completely different story. Let's look at the satellite and the radar as it starts looping through around 10:45 last night. You can see that band as it just makes its way right through the metro area and then curves itself right on up the I-76 corridor, and again, it's sitting up there in Sterling. I want to zoom this in because I want to show you exactly what we're dealing with and where some of us saw the strongest bits of hail. So again, this starts at 10:45 last night. You can see we got reports from folks all the way over in Lakewood. This is where we had a lot of those tornado warnings issued. The good news is there are no reports of any tornadoes actually touching down, but just some funnel clouds that started to form. Of course, giving people quite a scare throughout the overnight hours. We also had a good amount of hail push its way through the Parker area. So watch this storm as it builds. You can see, remember, the orange and the red, those indicate stronger activity than what you see in the green and the yellow, and then that just pushed right on out. The bad news is we could be dealing with this yet again this afternoon. The storm, it looks like to be in the same location east of the I-25 corridor and north of I-70. Those folks in Morgan, Washington, and Logan counties could be seeing this around 2 this afternoon. So stay with us and we'll keep you up to date on that. The rest of us, as we're heading out the door this morning, your temperatures are still pretty warm. Look at Sterling. Even though they're getting that rain, temperatures are still at 64 degrees. In Greeley, 61, Fort Collins, 59, and in Denver, we're also at 59 degrees. So temperature-wise, we're going to be very similar to where we were yesterday. Boulder right now at 64, Littleton 50, and Parker 51, which is hard to believe when you saw how much hail they actually have on the ground. It looks as if there's snow down there. Now from here, we're still going to climb, again, very similar to yesterday. 80s just about by lunchtime today, and then we're going to hit our high around 84 degrees. That's going to be between 3 and 4 o'clock this afternoon. Those of us who do get a little bit of those storms, however, you're going to cool off just a little bit. So let's take you through Futurecast. You're going to start to see a few pockets of rain showers picking up around 12:30. So just about lunchtime today. 1:30, they're going to remain still some just light showers, just like we saw yesterday. It's not until later in the day, about 4:15, where we start to see these stronger patches of storms. Now this time the difference is we're not seeing the big wrap that goes all the way around the metro area. It's mostly just out on the eastern plains. So from I-70 all the way up through the I-76 corridor, but pushing out. This is at 7 o'clock tonight. It's going to stay with us, again, somewhat late into the evening. This is 10 o'clock. You can still see it on the radar. And then it's going to push out just around midnight tonight. So temperature-wise for today, get ready for very similar to yesterday. Pretty much in the mid to low 80s for most of us here in the metro area. The high country, you're still going to be in your 70s. 82 here in Longmont and Brighton, Aurora and Parker. And now look at our 7-day planner. Tomorrow, it does look to be a little bit calmer. Looks we have a dry air mass that's going to push through, warming us up, and it's going to dry us out for the next 2 days.